so ALENA.
Yes.
Is that better?
It's perfect.
Oh, thank you. I probably won't say it again for the rest of the day. ALENA, I love it. That's beautiful. I've never heard that before. And how do you pronounce your last name now?
It's really easy.
Was I even close or no?
No. It's close.
Really?
Can you try it, or you want?
I was gonna say ALENA SAPEZHINSKAYTE.
Yes, Sapezhinskáyte.
Really?
Yes.
You know, I worked hard on that.
You did a great job.
I think I gave up like 2 nights of my life on that, so I hope you appreciate it. No, I'm just joking.
I really do.
I'm just joking. We actually chatted a little bit online when I initially asked you to be on the show, and I said to you, I said, look, I need help saying your last name.
I'm surprised the last name is usually harder to pronounce, but you did
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to edit all this out, so it's going to look like I got it right on the first time, trust me.
Okay.
Shel, my producer, Shel, did you want to go across the room? Okay, we're going to have just a little interruption, no big deal. Thank you very much, ALENA.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's really an honor for me. And now, I know you wanted to do like a Facebook Live feed on your phone.
Oh, can I start it now?
Yeah, why don't you start it? I don't know if you want to hold it so that you can see the questions, so everybody asks a question or anything like that.
Okay, we'll see if there will be any questions.
Yeah. I'm having all kinds of trouble with my feed. It's like connections weak.
What to look at.
Well, that's my Facebook feed right over there.
Hello.
Then that's like I think that's like a Periscope feed up there. Then there's some other, Leaf, what are all the feeds we got? There's a couple other ones. There's leafpileradio.com/rockhouse, which is the one that we promote mostly. But we do the Facebook Live thing because it's fun. I love having people kind of right then and there interacting with us. They can ask questions. Just don't critique the production. Don't critique the production. We do the best we can. No, you can if you want. If you have some good criticism, go for it.
I think everything looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, you like the backdrop?
Yeah, that looks good.
It looked really good behind you.
Okay.
I have to tell you, that was a fantastic flyer, I have to say so myself. A lot of people gave it a lot of love, and I appreciate that. Here she is in the flesh. Now, you brought your guitar with you, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, one of my bassists.
I have an amplifier that's set up and ready, because you did say that you would play a little bit for us.
Yeah, like right away, or maybe?
No, maybe later. We can talk a little bit. I would love to get to know a little bit more about you.
Okay, so what should I put my phone to go live?
You know what? You might have to hold it. Is that a problem? Do you want me to hold it?
It's okay, but...
Is that, because we just need to be able to read the questions.
I don't know if there can be any questions.
There might not be, but I have plenty for you, so don't worry about that. Now, I know you're limited on time, so we'll try to cut to the chase. I tell you, I've been listening to these songs on like YouTube, and I saw that, I guess Joey did a show last night, and I tuned in for that a couple times, and it's just amazing how much he sounds just like the disc when he plays live. Like, I love that. It's one of my favorite things. I hate going to see a live band, and I'm like, oh, that's that song. Like, you can't recognize it. No question about what Joey's playing. And I heard a new song off the album Alignment that I'd never heard before. And I gotta tell you, I'll be honest with you, I initially thought, well, this is gonna be the best song when I heard Across the Skies. But I heard that song, I was like, I like that better.
Oh, that's nice of you.
You know what I mean?
And I agree with you. You can really recognize life each song, and it's kind of amazing.
And it's really grown on me a lot too. So is the disc available yet for people or no?
I think it's about to get available on iTunes.
Oh, excellent.
And the physical copy, you'll get a physical
copy.
Oh,
really?
One of the first to get.
You think it might have a couple of signatures on it too?
Oh, of course.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Oh, that totally made my day. That's why I do this, right there. And then I'm going to turn around and sell that on eBay one day. No, I'm not, actually. I wouldn't do that. That's a tremendous honor. If anything, I'll hang it up on the wall so it's at every single show. Now,
I'll try to go live right now or something?
Sure, go for it. Can I ask you questions in the meantime?
Sure.
I'm going to ask you to multitask today.
Okay, I'll do this. Hi, everyone.
Oh, they don't want to see my ugly face.
No, they do. No,
okay.
Don't say that.
So, hi, everybody. This is ALENA's live Facebook feed. Nice correction there. And we want to say thank you to everybody who's tuning in or going to tune in. We'd love for any questions that you might have. The Facebook connection seems to be pretty spotty. It's not our fault, okay? And I don't have Mark Zuckerberg's phone number. And do you?
I do, but he asked me not to.
Oh, really? It's like that, huh? So let's talk a little bit about obviously the fact that you're not originally from here and you have a very beautiful accent.
Oh,
And I know you're from Russia.
yes, I am.
And how long ago did you come to the States for good?
It's been 3 years already.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. And how strong was your English before that?
It's not me going to be the one to judge, but I'm actually a teacher of English language for toddlers and like up to 7 years old in Russian, so it helps.
Oh, excellent.
I'm working on it, still trying to improve.
Yes, but you're able to, is your arm's gonna get tired. Hey guys, I need my producer to come out here and figure out a way that we can hold Aliena's live Facebook feed so her arm doesn't burn off.
Let me know, guys, is it like better like this or like that? I mean, I don't know.
I'm guessing it's better vertically,
Vertically?
but I don't know. We had this conversation before,
Maybe I can.
and maybe, I mean, if you want, we'll take turns if you get tired. How's that? All right, look at that, teamwork. All right, guys, so this is Rock House TV. For those of you that have never watched the show, I like to feature up-and-coming talented musicians from the Connecticut area. Alena is a bass player, and she's from Russia. She's been here for 3 years. She plays bass for Joey Concepcion, which I'm sure most of you know who he is. Oh, okay, thank you. Sorry, I was just about to bite my producer's head off, but he's actually trying to help, so sorry about that.
It's brand new, right?
Is that gonna work?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Leaf, why don't you come out here and help us?
No, it's not, but it's a trend here in the States. You know, in Europe it's a little different.
Yeah.
About women's shape, which is kind of.
You say it's a trend here and not in Europe?
I mean, in Russia, in America, it's kind of different.
Yeah. How is it different? Is there more pressure in America to look perfect, or more in Russia?
I think it's the other way.
Oh, really? Okay, I wanted to ask you about that because obviously Russia. I know. I mean, I'm not a history buff. I'm not a historian, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about history. Isn't she pretty, guys? All right, enough about that. No, that's never enough of that. But I mean, obviously, some of us who are not like millennials, babies, we remember that there was a time where there was a Berlin Wall that separated the parts of Russia. Is that correct? And that was Berlin?
Yeah, I was too little.
But Russia was communist. Is it still? I'm showing my ignorance.
It's the most popular joke about Russia is communist still. So
it's like, come on guys, get with the program, basically. China is too, right?
I never been to China yet.
No?
I'd like to talk maybe about the music better than about
Yeah, no, I totally understand, but the only reason I was asking about it was because I am curious about sort of the culture, and I'm guessing since you've only been here for 3 years, you must have been into like heavy metal music. You must have, like, at what point did you start? I know that we talked and you told me that you've been like a student of music for a long time. You play piano and you went to music school.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that and sort of how your musical tastes sort of evolved into what styles.
You know, my family is all musicians and my parents are musicians. They still work at the restaurant and they play songs live. And my sister, we had a girls band. Hi, Olislava, if you're watching this.
I hope she is.
So she plays piano, I play piano. We both graduated from musical school. We classically trained musicians, you know, Beethoven, Bach, Tchaikovsky.
Wow, that's fantastic. And how much has that sort of helped your bass playing, would you say?
You know, it helps because like all this grammar, solfeggio, you know, it's, you know.
Right, so you know how to talk music basically to people?
Yeah, all the music signs, and I can read sheet music and everything. It helps us a lot, and thanks to our parents again that they gave us this opportunity, me and my sister. And later on, it helped us to make a girls band, which it was a heavy metal band. Me on the bass, my sister played drums, and 2 more girls were like screaming vocals and guitar playing.
Wow, so this was in Russia.
Yeah, it was
in Russia. And does she still play the drums?
When we have this opportunity, we get together, we jam. Yeah.
And so she keeps her chops up so that she can kind of hang with you, and like you guys can, like, what level are we talking about here? Are we talking like you guys could be in a professional band, like Kitty type thing, or like a Slipknot type thing, or what? What would you say? Because obviously playing with Joey Concepcion, like he's a very high level, skilled guitar player, and he's so young, but he writes complex arrangements, and what blows my mind about Joey, not to spend the whole show on him, because I already had him on the show, he was my first guest ever, and I love that, but he remembers all these freaking parts and these notes, like millions and millions of notes, and I don't know how, if it's like a genius thing or what.
Like, well, you guys are genius, we all like surprised.
What do you
all the
think?
guys are really professional, I'm not talking about myself, like we have a really cool drummer, Sean Kavanaugh, he's
Oh,
incredible.
I know who he is, and I'd like to get him on the show sometime.
And Andrew, guitar player, Andrew O'Connor, he's incredible too, he's shredding like very fast.
And he plays rhythm?
I think rhythm, and they also switch. He is a great solo guitar player himself too.
Okay. And you're holding it down on the bass, basically?
Yeah, I'm just doing my part.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So how many songs have you had to learn for the band?
I think for now, before the album came out, it was like 5 or 6 songs. I think, if I'm not wrong, February 24th, the official release date. My bad, I have so much going on with music, so
Oh, yeah?
yeah, we'll have like a couple more projects.
Okay, I'd like to hear about those, and then I want to ask you if you have time for another one.
So yeah, we have a cover band project, which is going to be like 80s hair metal or something like that.
I love it, I love it. Is it all girls, or?
No, one girl.
Okay, and that's you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's
You play bass with that?
Yeah, and there's another band that I hope I'll be successful in auditioning for, and I can't tell you right now yet, but
Okay,
you'll be the first one of the first.
I appreciate that very much. I'm very excited for you, and I hope that works out. I know that if you were auditioning for my band, it would be a pretty easy decision. So I've seen some of your videos. I know you have some videos on YouTube where you're actually doing like cover songs. Like I saw you did like a Bon Jovi, and you did a couple like heavy metal tunes too, and they're very technical. And you definitely kept it solid throughout the whole thing, so you obviously know how to play your instrument, and I'm sure that you can hang in the band, you know, whatever level it is. Is it an original project? Can you tell me that?
It's an original project.
Okay.
Thank you for
Don't thank me, it's all you. So how does Joey feel about that? Like, do you feel like, because I know he's got a new album out, does he put a lot of pressure on the musicians that he works with to devote to that? Because I know he's in multiple projects too, or does he let you do your thing on the side?
Yeah, he's in multiple projects too, and he criticizes himself very much. He's really strict to himself and to other band members too. I mean, I feel it myself.
Do you feel a lot of pressure when you're working with someone like that? Like you can't screw up, you can't make mistakes, or you have to know your stuff. You can't go to practice without being ready. Would you
Of
agree
course,
with that?
yeah, of course. It's very important. So when you go on stage, you have to be prepared.
Oh, that's the attitude. So anybody out there who's watching Rock House right now, I think that's like, if there's anything you could take from this episode, I think that's tremendous advice for any up-and-coming musicians, and even like people that have been playing for a long time. You gotta be rehearsed, you gotta know your shit, and you don't want to let each other down. So thank you for saying that, and I appreciate that. Now, you brought your bass guitar, and I'm just curious, like what, I play a little bit of bass, and I have a couple of bass guitars. Nothing crazy, but like, what's your ideal brand? Like, if you had your dream bass guitar, what would it be like? Would it be a 5-string, 4-string, what brand?
It will be, I like 4-string more, but you need 5-string sometimes for lower tuning for bands, but I like classical 4-string, and I like Ibanez a lot. I have an Ibanez, but I want a better Ibanez.
I can't wait to see it. Oh my goodness. Is it a 4-string?
It's 4-string.
Now, I noticed in your videos, it looks like you play with a pick.
I do both pick and fingers. When you have to like shred faster, like picking, you better use pick. But I feel better when I feel strings better, and I feel the bass line better when I play with my fingers. So
now, that's a good point. If you're going into a studio and you're going to lay down tracks for an actual recording, is it a no-brainer that you're going to use a pick, or does it really depend? Can you choose between the two?
I try not to think about it, and I can, but when the moment comes, it clicks in your head, I'm going to do this or that.
Okay, so you can alternate and you can do either, basically.
Yeah, sometimes when it happened a couple of times, I dropped the pick accidentally and I kept playing, because I can't see the pick, it's dark, and I keep playing with my fingers.
So you switch right to your fingers. Okay,
yeah.
That's great advice as well. So if you drop your pick, just switch to your fingers, folks.
Yeah.
Duh!
Stop. You have nothing else.
I dropped my pick, guys. I'd be like Adele. No, I can't go on. I dropped my pick. Please stop the performance. Let's start again. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know, I love her.
I love Adele too. I listen to her songs every time they play them on the radio, which is basically every day, 10 times a day. But she's phenomenal. She writes really good songs, and I'm a big fan myself. I don't mean to make fun of her. Mad respect for Adele.
She can afford being like that, you know, she's
Yeah, she's like the queen, right?
Yes.
She's like top of the game right now, top of the food chain.
Yes.
Speaking of Adele, what are some of the artists that you kind of grew up being a fan of, and who do you like now?
We basically, like me and my sister, we grew up in a musician family.
Yes.
And my parents, I don't remember that I was too little, but my parents told me, like, when I was little, I couldn't sleep or something. You know how babies getting, like, tired, but they can sleep. They used to put headphones with rainbow.
Oh my God, Rainbow!
That's what they told me, yeah.
Are you talking like Richie Blackmore or like Ronnie James
Yes,
Dio?
and
Oh
I grew
my
up
God.
with those bands, and my favorite, when I was 12 years old, I remember myself listening to for hours and hours, The Wall by...
Oh, one of my favorite
Yes.
albums. That got me through college.
Yeah, it's the
Didn't help my grades though.
my favorite album of all time, so I would put on repeat the album. So.
Now, at the time, I'm guessing that English was not your primary language, but yet still you would like English songs like that. And
Yeah, it helps to learn the songs, you know, when your native language is not English and you listen to your songs and you're like, what are those guys singing about? And you find the text and now it's easier with the Google Translator. And sometimes you're like, oh wow, I like this band more, or I don't like, I wish I didn't translate that or something.
So are you telling me I could have just looked up your name on Google? Learn how to pronounce it? So, okay, so are there other bands, like what current bands today would you say that you're, you know, what would be like a band that you'd love to be in? If you could name a couple.
Like a famous band?
Yes, like a famous band that you wish you were in or could have been in.
I know it sounds funny, but like, I don't think little, I think much, maybe Metallica.
Oh, that's my favorite band right there. While you guys were driving here, I couldn't shut up about Metallica, and we actually opened the show with their new song, Moth into Flame, which is really good, isn't it?
I love it.
Did you see the performance on the Grammys?
Lady Gaga?
Yeah.
Yes, and Metallica was great.
Oh,
I feel
wasn't it?
bad about his mic and his everything, but I was like, please fix his mic.
Fix the mic for crying out loud! I think I was more upset at that than when the Patriots were losing in the Super Bowl, but that's just me. But so certainly Metallica. And what do you think about Metallica's bass players throughout history? They've obviously had a tragedy in their history where they lost their bass player that everybody kind of mourns and grieves the loss because he was so good. Here goes your chauffeur. Don't leave without her. And then they obviously had Jason Newsted, and that was like a sordid history. And then now they have Robert Trujillo, who's obviously holding it down, right? What do you think? What do you
I
think
wouldn't say so. I mean, holding it down in a good way. Sorry,
Yes.
my English.
Oh,
sure, in a good way. I think he's great. He's like one of the
I
best.
see. You thought I meant like bringing them down.
Yeah, I gave the word down. So
Yeah, see that, guys? That's the literal.
It's a language barrier.
No, I totally understand why you thought that, because you're right. It sounds like I meant he was bringing them down.
You should show yourself too. Like I don't want to be alone here. Hello.
You are not alone.
Now your arm's tired. I can switch it to.
Okay, so now. Oh, okay. You want to switch? All right. So I did. I know we're kind of off the Russian thing, but since your chauffeur has left the building, I wanted to see if you could teach me a couple of words in Russian.
In Russian, what do you want to know?
I want to know.
I hear that all the time when I go out. Like, oh, how is that in Russian? How is this accent? What do you want to know? I'll teach you.
Do you mind?
Oh, I know. I like doing
No?
this. I'm a teacher. You know, I have 2 degrees in psychology.
Whoa,
So
really?
I'm a teacher. Yeah, back
Oh
in
my
Russia.
God. So when you say 2 degrees, you mean like a master's degree? or-
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So
in
you're smart?
psychology. I'm kind of smart.
Oh my God, that's
Thank
crazy.
you.
No, I don't mean that's crazy. There's nothing crazy about that. I love that. I love that. You're a
Thanks.
metalhead and you're smart.
Yeah.
But that, do you write lyrics?
I not really. My bad, but in the music goes first to me. So lyrics are important, of course, but.
And do you come up with music yourself, like bass lines?
It's mostly happens on the piano when I have like a certain mood, just play like something, but I never write it down and never,
Which is ironic because you could.
I could.
Because you know how to transcribe.
Yeah, maybe I'll start doing this after.
Hey.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So that's interesting. You get your inspiration and your ideas from the piano.
Yeah.
And you can transfer those to the bass or any instrument.
Oh,
right?
that's a good idea too.
Yeah, right? Think about it. It's awesome.
Thanks. Okay.
So I would like you to teach me how to say thank you in Russian.
Спасибо.
Spasiba.
That's pretty good.
Yeah? Spasiba. It almost sounds Spanish a little bit. But
Yeah,
I know
a little bit.
It's not. Spasiba. Okay, now can you say, how do you say, you are very handsome in Russian?
For a man or for a...
For a man.
Okay. Ты, Юрий, ты очень красивый.
Spasiba. You see what I did there?
Feels like it was planned.
That was planned, actually.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna read some little comments.
Oh, you got some
here.
comments? Alright, let's
Yeah.
see what's doing on your life.
Daniel Jackson said vertical. Okay, that's what he said.
Tell him to shut up.
No. Okay, this way better and pianist. Oh, thank you, my friend.
Oh, that's nice.
It's not communism anymore. See, people.
Oh, it's not.
China not too. Okay.
I apologize for my ignorance. all the
Cuba
Russian-
is somehow. Do you know she's a better pianist? Oh, okay.
Well, is there any videos on YouTube where you play piano?
Yeah, there is actually one old video.
Okay, I'd love to see that. In fact, no, let me ask you a question. So not only do we do the show live via Facebook and leafpileradio.com/rockhouse, but I also go back into the studio and edit it down in a fashion that I like, where it's like just the good parts. And I like to put like an intro around it and an outro, but I'm wondering if you would give me permission to maybe put one of those videos in the episode, maybe of you playing piano or bass and...
Sure,
If
but
you
maybe
wanna
I can make
choose.
maybe I can make a new one for you,
Oh,
play
wow.
piano, so,
That
because
would
the
be-
other ones are really high quality.
Well, I don't want you to go to too much trouble, but if you have time and you wouldn't mind, I mean, that would be
You
amazing.
can request something.
Like a cover song?
You want cover? Alright, classical, like you cover
Oh,
my
classical, classical, yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I'll do that,
But
I love that.
can you dress like metal?
Sure.
Or whatever, I'm just kidding. But that is kind of cool. That's interesting because, I don't know, how do you feel about the band Evanescence?
It's a cool band.
Because she plays piano, I think, right?
Yeah,
So,
she's really
I
talented.
really like that band a
I
lot.
used to listen to it like 10 years ago or something.
Well,
I
that's
was a big fan.
because it kind of started to suck after the album Fall, and
Oh,
I felt like there was a couple good songs on the follow-up, and then after that I was just like, no, I'm not interested anymore. But I do love the band, and I still have a lot of their songs in my iPad, or my phone rather.
what are those songs?
I have Tourniquet, love that song. And then I have that Imaginary, and then there's that piano song, that would be amazing. You know what I'm talking about? Can you do that?
Yeah, maybe.
Think about that as possible. It's just the most beautiful song, isn't it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
It's really
know.
sad. It's like, I forgot the title, but it's really beautiful. I have to say. You don't have to sing. Do you sing?
In the shower only.
Well, let me ask. That's a good question because knowing classical music and knowing all the notes, do you have like perfect pitch or whatever? Like, can you hear like if someone plays a B sharp or?
Actually, yeah, when I was little at school, I remember my teacher, we had a solfeggio thing. I turned around away from the piano or just closed my eyes and she would play a chord or harmonic minor or something and I guessed it and they were talking about absolute something perfect ear.
Perfect pitch.
Yeah, perfect pitch, but to keep it you need to practice with it and I did not, so
Right.
probably I'm not anymore.
Do you know there's like apps for the phones that have like the notes on the bass and you can hit it and try to figure out what it is and you have to push the right note. I don't know if you know that, you might, but I have it.
Okay.
And so you could try that.
Yeah, you can show me
Yeah, I'll
after.
show you afterwards, definitely.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, my turn. So this is your workout for the day.
Yeah.
Do you work out? You look like you work out.
No, I don't. I
What?
need to do more. I actually gained like 10 pounds here in
Really?
the US, and it's hard to read off because,
You know, it's because you're not moshing enough.
oh yeah, maybe.
If you were gonna work out, what do you think you would do? Like
I just do treadmill. I go like once in a while. I used to do actually like a few years ago. I used to work out on my arms a lot.
You see that bicep?
See my arms?
Well, actually, you can kind of see your arms.
Yeah, it's actually what I'm wearing right now. It's our own line of clothes. Me and my sister made
Get out of
these.
here. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
So it's called Rock Addiction. It's on Facebook. It has
Really?
a Facebook page. Yeah, it's
Oh my
not
God, I
clothes.
love it.
It's like harnesses and chokers and all these female pretty cute things.
I love it. So you actually, do you go out and buy shirts that you think will work with different types of cutting out?
Yeah, actually.
And where do you go and look for those shirts?
I mean, mostly online, but I don't have much time for this now. But my sister, she does a lot of cool things, all these crazy harnesses and all that.
Wow. So let me ask you, if somebody wanted to buy one of your shirts,
Yeah, just a message, Rock Addiction.
Rock
official page.
Addiction?
Rock Addiction, yeah, it's
is that on
Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody hear that? Rock Addiction. Do you
Thank
make
you.
men's clothes at all? or just
We've been requested and we've been asked about it, but we'll think about it.
Okay, because I figure if I lose like 25 pounds or so, maybe I'll wear one. You don't want to see me in one of those, do you?
No, I'm sure a lot of people will like to.
Thank God. I forgot how to say thank you already.
Spasibo.
Spasibo. So do you have any tattoos or body art at all?
That question has been asked a lot, but no, I don't have any tattoos. I have a couple of piercings here and there.
Where?
Belly button.
I'm just kidding, you don't have to tell us.
Okay.
We like a little mystery here at Rock House. Wow, so let me ask you, if you were going to go to the gym, would you make like a mix of music that you would bring with you and listen to? And if so, what songs would you, like, give me like a few songs that you would have on there.
You'll be surprised, it's not metal.
Okay.
It's like, I like all kind of music. I like classical, rock, metal. I like dance music a lot.
I do too, actually.
Yeah?
A lot of people don't know this about me.
Techno and stuff. Yeah, I love it. That was weird. You should just do it.
Yeah, that's my new show, right?
Yeah, it's like techno and dance floor music, like club music.
Do you go dancing?
I used to take pole dancing classes with my
Okay.
sister. Yeah, it's not pole dancing, no shoes, high heels. It's pole fitness.
Oh.
It makes you work out really hard. It will make all your muscle work from here all the way to.
It's very difficult, right?
Yes, and you like walk like this after that. So yeah.
So if you just did that, what, like twice a week, 3 times a week, that's all you would need, probably.
Yeah, because you can't. I mean, people can do more often, but your muscle really hurt, even fingers,
I
everything.
can imagine because you're lifting your whole body weight up like,
Yes,
over your.
and actually a lot of men doing this too.
I was just going to ask you that, but
Yeah.
you know why they're there, though, right?
I don't know.
think they're there to get.
I don't know.
pop.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure there's only guys' classes or only girls.
I've never seen a place that actually offers that, but I'm guessing they offer it.
Yeah, trying to reconnect something to the internet.
Oh yeah, my Facebook sucks. I'm sorry to all my Facebook.
You guys still here?
All 2 of them. Yours seems to be better. You want to switch?
So, Fernando, I'm gonna say hi. Hi, Fernando.
All I know is that when I posted that flyer of you on Facebook, like there was a ton of people that liked it, and so I don't know if you have a lot of fans in Russia that still follow your career, or if these are people here. Like I didn't obviously click on them and see where they're from, but their name seemed like European.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so are these friends of yours, or do you have a lot of Facebook friends that kind of follow you?
Actually, I mean, I have a lot of Facebook friends. But we have our own social media in Russia.
Oh.
Russia's big, we have our own social media. It's called Concepcion, and it's more private, but Facebook is more, what's the opposite of private? Social, more social. More.
Yeah, it's like worse. Scarier.
No, not
less private, I guess.
I mean, private for the people I know in real life, but Facebook is not only for those people.
So do you spend more time on your sort of Russian social sites?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you do? So you type in Russian and everything?
Yeah, sure.
What does that look like? You have like a whole different keyboard, right?
I have a keyboard right there in my
Oh,
phone. I'll show you later.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Awesome.
So I'd like to thank you everybody for watching this. The Queen of Bass.
Is that what they're
That's my
calling you?
sister and Joycey.
Oh.
I don't know, I never saw it. Thank you, Jason.
Your sister is very attractive as well, and I was thinking, like, is she coming to America at any point, or is she? I mean, do you miss her? Like, you know?
Of course I miss a lot. I miss my family. I try to go there.
How often can you even go there?
I go in summer, but it's not as often as I would love
So, like
to.
once a year?
I try to make it work more often. I wish it was more often.
But you're here to stay.
I mean, I'm here right now and I'm living for like this moment. We'll see how it
So
goes.
is that how you approach your life, like in the now? Like you're not thinking about?
I mean, you need to think about future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think about future, but as a psychologist, I know that it's important to live here and now. Some people stick to the past. Some people, they try
Fear the
hard
future.
work. Yes, but you gotta stick to the now and enjoy.
Yeah, like, okay, not to get, well, okay, is it okay if I lie down on the couch?
I can just another.
Will you charge me?
We have a nice room right there, guys.
Thank you so much. I give credit to my producers for giving me the space to use. As a sort of a professional psychiatrist or someone with a background, a pretty advanced, extensive background in psychiatry, what do you say to people who have anxiety about the future? There's a lot, not to get too political, forgive me, but there's a lot going on right now, and I wanted to ask you, like, are you worried as a sort of Russian immigrant that President Trump is going to, do anything to affect your ability to travel back and forth, or is that not even a concern for you? I know Russia's not. There's a lot going on right now. You hear things thrown around. I saw on the news the other night, did anyone else see this? Like Channel 12, a Russian spy ship off the coast of Groton. Did you see that?
No, I don't watch news.
Yeah, good for you. That's your advice. Is it's like,
I don't watch any news. Just play and practice the instrument and listen to music, go to the concert. No music is...
I think that's great advice because you watch the news and all you do is you walk away with like, it's the end of the world.
One thing I want to say, like, nothing depends on you people. Just enjoy your life. Go do your music. And why would you be anxious about that you can't even control?
So that's the important. I think you just said you hit the nail on the head. Are you familiar with that expression?
Like,
things that you can't control, you shouldn't worry about.
Why would you worry? Would it help? Like, I don't think.
I think a lot of people do. I think, including myself. Like, everybody wants to feel secure all the time, and so you start to think of every possible thing that's making your life insecure. But I agree with you. That's silly. It's stupid, right? To live like that, because you just be present and be grateful for what you have. Correct?
Yeah. Just do your music.
Now, what are your goals as far as, obviously you're doing the music thing, right? You're very young, you're very beautiful, you have a lot of time. You're obviously a skilled musician, you have a lot of time to, try out for different bands, try to get a career going and growing that. But do you have like backup plan, or is this just music, or is music more of a side thing for you?
I mean, it's an interesting question, Maybe that's why I have this degrees in psychology.
Yeah, because you have the background to do something.
And I used to work as a psychologist in a kindergarten in Russia. I loved it. And but I use it in everyday life. It helps you to read people and their real intentions and stuff, everything. So
what about, like,
I read you right now.
Oh, really? No, you don't want to read me, trust me. You probably wouldn't be here right now.
Okay.
See, but what about like in relationships? Like if you're in a relationship with somebody and you start to try to psychoanalyze them, that kind of pisses them off, right? Like how do you...
It depends on the person. Some people, I always asking my teachers and everybody, please can you do this test on me? I always want to learn myself, but some people like, you're going to read me, you're going to know too much, don't do any tests on me. It depends.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like vulnerable and they don't want you to know what they're thinking.
Yeah, but I already do. If a woman asks a question, she already knows the answer.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, women. That's secret.
Are you ever wrong about something?
I mean, of course, I can just guess. You can't be sure 100%.
How long would it take you
to figure it out?
Yeah.
I already figured it out.
Did you really? You're still here?
Oh, this the guitar that you do.
Oh, is that like a nervous thing?
Are you nervous right now?
I'm always nervous.
Okay.
No, listen, I am proud to say that I do not take any medication or anything like that. I like most people have anxiety issues once in a while where I worry about this or that or the other. Especially when like recently Facebook with the President Trump winning the election, there was a lot of divisive kind of sides being drawn, people kind of separating their beliefs against one another, and it got ugly, and that bothered me a lot. And it is what it is, but like, how do you deal? What kind of advice do you have for somebody who just like doesn't like the way life is?
I mean, go to a therapist. That's the best advice.
Are you available?
Go to a therapist. If you're a kid under 7,
I want to go to a metal therapist.
Oh, you don't?
We can listen to metal the whole time.
Yeah, maybe it would be a new.
That's a great business model, right?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Tell me how you're feeling right now.
I think I saw the experience on the TV, and it makes your heart race and your blood pressure higher. It makes you more anxious, so I wouldn't advise that.
Also,
but
are you saying that metal is bad for you?
It's good, of course. It's a good
like to express yourself?
Fire you up and express yourself, and it's a very passionate. It's good to be passionate, but not all the time. So the same about music. It's good to be, all this metal and stuff, but not when you go and try to sleep and rid of your anxieties. I used to have anxieties myself when I was like a few years ago, panic attacks and stuff.
Yes.
It's a millennial thing. It's a new era thing, And therapist help.
That's interesting. You think it's like an evolutionary trait?
I think so, because our world with all these gadgets and all this internet and everything and
constant stimuli.
Non-stop.
Right?
Yes.
And it's usually negative stimuli.
Most of it.
Right? Like what's going to happen with the futures and the Dow and the stock market and college is too expensive and you better don't have sex without a condom.
That's a good advice right there.
Damn it!
Okay, so yeah. just go to a therapist and
Yeah.
a professional one, a good one, because I used to have a negative experience also with therapists, which made me feel worse at a moment. And I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
well,
hard to go back.
I
believe.
can totally relate to that.
So you're like,
Yeah, that was me, folks. I can relate to that. I actually, not to get too personal, but I actually did go to talk to somebody once like that. And I spent like 20 minutes telling them like everything that was on my mind. It's way too loud, bro. Are you kidding me?
it was nice.
What was that, like Leonard Skinner? Alright, yo.
It proves that we're live.
There you
guys,
go, there you
so
go.
It's life and that's
Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, long story short, I basically poured my heart out to this doctor in like 25 minutes, and she looked at me and she said, okay, do you have insurance?
oh my god, yeah.
I was
Oh
like,
my
you know what? Not for you, I don't. So that was
Yeah.
that was the end of that conversation. Anyway, it's really impressive to see that you have these degrees. What about your sister?
She's well educated too. She has 2 degrees also. It's a little different. It's psychology, and I'm a teacher, and she is like a teacher also, but like social, to help families in trouble and all that. And also she has a master's degree on psychology, and we're like metal. So.
Wow, I love that. I think that's fantastic, and that's why I was asking you earlier if there was any chance that she might come to the States at all. Or is she happy?
Let's ask her. I can give her her Facebook, and you can text her.
Well, the reason you gonna give me her number?
You can call the Russia right away.
Is she single?
You can text her and ask her.
I don't know if I'd be her type, but.
Okay, let's see. Oh, there she is. Just hi, Donna.
Hi, really?
Yes, that's her. No, I mean she's texting. Yeah.
Oh, she is? Okay, that's awesome. I'm so glad that she's tuned in.
It's actually plus 8 hours there. It's like around 10 p.m.
Oh,
yeah.
wow, okay.
Hi there, thank you, Aliana. She hates talking politics. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about politics.
So do I. Listen, I didn't even know.
I don't know anything about it. Yeah.
So,
Yes, Shane.
She likes me?
Said, let's talk about music, not politics.
Okay, you got it, honey.
And hi, Jessica, and hi, my little friend Orion is watching too. That's my friend.
What? Really?
I mean, my little friend.
Hey, Jess. I love Jess. I love working with her. She's awesome.
Yeah.
And obviously, Opus is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And Dead by Wednesday that Joey played with and wrote some tremendous songs. Did you like any of those? Did you have like a favorite off their last album?
I like the songs that you wrote. I'm not really sure about the names of them, but they're pretty sick songs and they sounded great.
One of my favorites, I don't know if you guys out there have had a chance to check out Dead by Wednesday's latest release, which is The Darkest of Angels, but there's a song on there called Donner's Pass that I know Joey Concepcion, I think he wrote the music for it, and then the singer Frank Dukes or something from Exodus sang on it.
Oh yeah.
And it's really powerful, emotional, historical song. And I am going to make a lyric video for that song when I get time. Yeah, I'm really excited because I have a whole thing in my head for what I want to do.
That's really cool.
And I can't wait to do it. So, in true rock house fashion and attempting to stick to the music, I think now might be a good time to actually whip out the bass. And what do you think about that? Now, my producer created some drum tracks. Would you want to play over them, or would you rather just do some? It's up to you. Like a cover
maybe
song?
I was thinking about the Alignment, the song from Alignment album, and the official video that just came out, Across the Skies.
I love it.
And it's my favorite song.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But still, when you play songs all the time,
Yep.
and they not your favorites anymore, but that one is my favorite.
Like Adele.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we can do that.
All right, let's do it. Folks, we're going to take like a 5-minute break to set Aliana up with her bass. And we're going to come back, go take a bathroom break, and come back, okay? But I don't want you to miss this. But if you do miss it, I'm going to post this episode online, and that's going to be at rockhouse.com, and you can definitely check it out then. So thanks to everybody for tuning in. Take 5. We'll be back, all right? Peace. All right, everybody. I don't know who's out there still. We took a little break there, trying to get set up. I am so happy once again to introduce ALENA SAPEZHINSKAYTE from Russia with love. She came to Rock House to rock out, and she's gonna play bass along with her bandmate Joey Concepcion's latest album, Alignment, and the song is Across the Skies. It's such a great song. You're gonna love this. Okay, thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. And we're gonna basically go out with Aliana playing to this song. Thank you very much, people. Can't wait to have the next episode. And thank you, Aliana.